The fuel mileage thing is critical, and you heard Marty say first in, first out, first to win, whatever all that is. And then I watched Larry in the pre-race show on TNT here and try to explain it with his chalkboard and all the calculators, and I'm still lost on it. I understand the concept of it, but this guy hanging onto the steering wheel here, he knows one thing: I got to get to the front, and that's what. Therein lies the problem at a place like this, because you're in the carburetor so much with your foot, off the gas, on the gas, downshifting, that it's tough to save fuel, unlike Michigan and unlike Pocono that we just come off of.
Got some really cool shots here. That's Boris said. That's about an 18 size right shoe there. And Boris is one of those few guys that heel and toes. A lot of drivers will just use their left foot on the brake and then not ever even touch the clutch, which is the pedal all the way to the left. And we'll show you that stuff throughout the race. But
and it's funny, I like Harvick's accelerator here. That's an old suicide throttle. If it hangs down, he can kick his foot back. You see this piece up here around the Pennzoil part. He can kick that back. A lot of people don't run that. You don't see it on Robbie's car right here. But Kevin still runs that old school, Saturday night racing type of throttle.
David Gilliland was involved in the happy hour incident here, or the practice incident here on Saturday. I might have misspoke. I might have said it was David Rudin. It was David Gilliland, so he's in the backup car they actually borrowed from another team at the back of the field. It's Vickers and Kyle Busch, and you guys were talking about which position the pole sitter might take.
Well, it's gonna be interesting on the restarts. I think right now you want to be on the inside. I think that's probably where you're going to be all day long, just because you're going to hope to get the jump on the guy. And we'll go through that, but right now the track's cleanest it's ever going to be, and that's going to be real important when you start picking lanes on those restarts.
Field works through turn 11 of this 12-turn track. A lot of elevation changes, really some blind hills, some tough turns, not a lot of places to pass. See how it all unfolds this afternoon here in Sonoma. Happy Father's Day. Glad you're along for the ride. NASCAR on TNT from Infineon Raceway in California. Green flag in the air.
And see, Vickers did exactly what you want to do when you're in that position, is get the jump and get clear, so now this right-hander is all yours.
And it's easier to do, like you said, with a clean racetrack at the beginning of the race. You see these guys piling in up here and bunching up. That's being very careful on the first lap. 10 laps to go, I'm not sure it's going to look like that.
Vickers trying to break away, chased by Kyle Busch. Three wide there, Jeff Gordon in the middle. On board with Gordon.
Whoa!
Juan Montoya in the 42, Matt Kenseth right in front of him. Down the hill, through the S's.
This is a pretty cool spot too. You'll see as the race wears on, these guys burn off fuel. You'll see the left front tires on some of these cars coming completely off the racetrack.
Elliott Sadler inside of Jimmy Johnson for position.
Like you said, they pull that left front tire off the ground because they've got cold tires, they got plenty of grip, and they're willing to use it. As they're not as fast through there, and as they got to pedal through there, you'll see that tire come back down.
That was a very clean start, though. I mean, I think they're practicing for later on in the race.
You see the 14 just pull over right there and let the 39 go. That's give and take and playing well with others, just as Bill said in the opening. You got to kind of give and take and play well with others here and share the space.
Would Tony Stewart have done that with Biffle?
No, that's his teammate.
That's right.
He's making money off that 39 car.
Yeah,
I need to get him to the front.
Not so much playing with others as playing with your buddies.
Okay, playing with your friends. He's playing well with his friends right now.
Martin Truex Jr. in the one car. That's 5th and 6th right there.
I don't know if Tony's having trouble, but Martin's making some time through there.
But see, this is where Martin's car is working really good now. He's got the 14 set up for a pass. And that's perfect what I was talking about. If you're good through that section and you can get through that last corner close enough to the guy that you're trying to pass, you can make that braking move, but you've got to be working on that part of the racetrack.
Don't you like it when the guys on the racetrack do exactly what you told them to do?
It really makes us look like rocket scientists.
Yes, that was perfect.
Let's check with Matt Yoakum.
And Martin Truex Jr., who won in the Nationwide Series down in Mexico City a couple years ago, has really improved his road racing skills. And the only issue he had in final practice, Bill, and Kevin Bono Mannion felt like that they had tuned it up, was the fact they needed more forward grip off the corners. And so far, it's looking like they've really made some good improvement on that one car.
On the move forward. Kyle, you've been all around this track the last few days, haven't you?
The last few days, I've fallen down a bank over here through the S's. I've been up to the other end. And you know, it's funny because this is what you guys see at home right here is the same thing the crew chiefs see. And we used to go out and practice, and you'd come in and you'd say, I need forward grip. I need some side bite. And they were like, well, keep all 4 tires on the ground, and we'll do the best we can. Because you carry a tire here. You hit these curves, picks up a left front, picks up a right front. You see them up there in turn 4. The whole car seems to jump over that curbing and head towards that inside wall. It's really hard for a crew chief to understand what the drivers are going through out there a lot of times.
And I don't care how far these cars have come, they don't like changing direction. It's not like a road course, you know, a real road course car or road course series. These cars are heavy, they're under tired, they're under everything really on a road course. It's amazing they get around a track like this to begin with.
They're under everything but horsepower and weight.
Yeah,
they're just heavy cars with a lot of horsepower, and everything else can't match that.
Marcus Ambrose started 43rd. He has moved his way up. Check that. He came across the line about 41st, and he's gained 9 positions so far up to 32nd. Marty, what are you working on?
Watching Jeff Gordon, Bill, and he's kind of held his own here, started 13th. He's up in the 12th position right now. Talked to Gordon yesterday. He said, honestly, since this new car has been introduced into the Cup Series, he feels like he's lost a little bit of his advantage at these road courses. He hasn't figured out this new car. So they went to Road Atlanta, tested this car, which is a brand new one for the 2014 they built. Took several months to build this car, a lot of time. Jeff loved it, but when they got here, slow on new tires, very good on old tires. So the beginning part of this run, right now, that's what Steve Letarte is interested in. How well or how poorly they run right now will make decisions on what they change later in the race.
And Marty, I don't know how many of these teams really made long runs on tires. I know the Hendrick guys weren't. It didn't seem like that they were really happy with the road course cars here. You know, they were okay, but they definitely felt like they were, you know, they could be better. But that's going to be interesting to see once these guys get down on tires, because that's really going to show who the cream of the crop is.
Gordon runs in the 12th position, 2 positions in front of him. Juan Pablo Montoya has picked up 7 spots from 17th to 10th. There's Juan in the Target Chevy.
And that's impressive. We talk about Ambrose coming from the back and passing cars that he out-qualified. Juan did not out-qualify these cars. He's at the cream of the crop end of the field right now. So when you can pick up some positions on this end, that's big.
Yeah, but Marty, he's just points racing, right?
Yeah, he's just points racing. Believe that, Bill. We'll see how that plays out in about 100 laps or so. 17th, actually the best Juan Pablo Montoya has ever started here. And really, when you talk about combination of power and fuel mileage, the 42 car might have the best out here. How aggressive he is late in the race, that's going to be a big key. But you talk about those long runs in practice, Wally, that's all this 42 car did yesterday. Minimum 10 lap, maximum 15 lap runs on old tires. Brian Patty really put him through the paces to see how he would be on old tires. That's going to be key today, because these tires have a huge fall off from when they're brand new to when they're old.
Here's today's Aflac trivia question. Cue the duck. How many drivers have won 3 or more consecutive road course races? Anybody?
Have won what, 3?
You're just watching out the front bumper here, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm impressed with this shot right here. I'm going to say, how many drivers have won 3 or more? I'm going to say 2.
5.
Okay. Very good.
Is it 5?
Did you cheat?
Yeah,
Since I was holding it right here? Yeah.
No, I didn't look at your sheet, I swear.
And the only driver with more than 3 is Jeff Gordon. It's our Aflac trivia question. This is back about the 13th position. Greg Biffle is 13th.
Oh, is that
Hornish.
77 car? You know, and Hornish was one of those guys in that final practice that was actually, he was using his car up. He was braking hard. He was running deeper and harder into the corners than anybody out there in that practice session.
He's side by side back there. Was that AJ next to him?
You got me.
On board with Harvick.
We should pay attention a little bit more. These guys all got bundled up. You saw the 77 break. I think he got there, and like you said, he was running so hard, but those guys in front of him, obviously at that point, wasn't running as hard as he was wanting to run.
There you see the distance from first place Brian Vickers to 16th place Kevin Harvick. Looking forward at Joey Logano. There's Vickers. Started on the pole, has led every lap so far.